In this episode, I'll cover some bare plastic. I'll paint it blue. Make it shiny. Make it dull. Make some strange noises. Do some finger painting. Then play with lights. Stay tuned. It's been a while, but here's my next project. It's the Fujimi 1/12 scale Nissan Skyline R32. So far, I've sanded all of the body panels to rough up the surface. The Fujimi molds are kind of smooth, so I roughed it up with some 320 and then 600 grit sandpaper. So it'll be ready for primer now. I used an entire can of Tamiya primer for all these parts. Now it's time to shoot some base coat. And here it is, after 2 cans of TS51 Mica Blue, the base coat is finished. I think it looks pretty good. In base coat, it's got a nice flat surface, so it'll shine real nice when I shoot the 2K clear on it later on. So I did the body, the doors, the hood, the spoiler. I masked off the inner doors so I could do the door jamb. This piece as well goes here. And the whole chassis is in base coat. I'm going to clear coat it and it'll be a show car. So the inner fender wells is all blue as well. So it's going to be a show car. It's going to look the part. I went ahead and shot the 2K clear coat. I think it looks pretty good. I do have a few little spots like right there. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a couple little spots here. And it got just a little bit dry right in through here. Doors. You can see a couple little spots here, a little bit of dust in it. I'm going to polish all of this out and I'll show you guys how it works. But I love the color. It's going to look great. But the 2K looks pretty good. So let's get to polishing it. Okay, I'm all set up now. I have some soapy water and a towel, and I have 4,000 grit, 6,000 grit, 8,000 grit, and 10,000 grit. So let those get a little wet, and we'll get started. I'm not pushing down at all. I'm just letting the sandpaper do the work. Let's see where we are now. Okay, so it's worse than I thought. It's spot here, 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 and one over there, and up in that corner. So let me work on that a little more with this 4000 grit, and I'll get back to you. Now you can see that it is totally flat. All of the spots are gone, and that is the 4000 grit. Next step is to hit it with 6000 grit. You don't have to work as hard now that you've made it flat. Now it's time to polish. If you noticed before, I went this way with the 4000. This time I'm going to go this direction with the 6000. That'll cover up all the scratches made by the 4000. So let me get to work on this and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I'm done with the 6000 grit now, and you can see a little bit of shine coming in here a little bit, but most noticeably as you can see the lines going this way, which means that the 4000 grit that I went this way are all gone. So now it's time to hit with 8000 grit, and as you guessed it, I'm going to go this direction to get rid of all the sanding scratches from the 6000. So even, real light pressure. I'm just barely pressing down. I'm not even pressing down. I'm just guiding the pad across the surface, and make sure that you keep it wet. You don't want it to go dry. Just lightly keep going over the same spots. Now that we're up to 8000 grit, I'm not worried about burning through paint anymore. Now that I'm done with the 8000 grit, you can definitely see the shine starting to come through. Last step with the polishing pads is 10,000 grit. So last time I went this way, this time I'm going to go this direction. And just like before, just nice, even, wet strokes, just not even doing anything but guiding it across the pad. And I'll continue to do this, checking my work until all of the scratches going this direction are gone. Granted, this is the easiest piece to do because it's big and flat. When I get to the body, it's going to be a little harder to go direction-wise, but I just wanted to show you guys my process. All right, I'll check back with you in a little bit. And here's where we are after the 10,000 grit. And you say, but it was shiny before. You didn't do anything really. All of those spots are gone. And the, see the light? Nice reflection all the way through. But now it's time to make it even better. So we're going to use some finish, Tamiya compound. And I know that some guys like to do their own thing. I like to just put a little on my finger and use my finger. Again, I'm not pushing, and I'm going in a circular motion. I'm going to get rid of all of the scratches going left, right, whatever direction. We'll take a Tamiya polishing cloth. This one's filthy, so I'll try and find a clean spot on it. And with quick motions, I'm not really pressing on here, just buffing it. getting better. As you can see, the light looks real good. Seems to be a little more clear over here. Little phasey over here. We'll fix that. My next step is Mr. Hobby Finish. Couple drops. Do the same thing. Grab a different filthy cloth and gently buff that out. As you can see, the shine is getting better. Next step is to use some automotive Barrett-Jackson wax. It doesn't matter what brand you use. It's all pretty much just the same. Excuse the sound. Next episode, I'll tackle this interior. It's going to be 4 different shades of gray. Whew. And I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to put on ceramic coating, but I'm sure you guys will let me know.